This is someone who I have wanted to talk about for a long time. He has been on my to-do list, and I finally got around to making a video for him. Let's talk about Marshall Edge Mike Green. What's up, everyone? Welcome to No Buts About It. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us out so much, and it helps you not miss any of the latest NFL news and just NFL discussion happening around the league. Mike Green is someone who has found himself into a lot of first round mocks, which, understandable. As we're going to talk about here, this dude is an athlete. He's super exciting. I love watching his film. I love just all the hypotheticals that come with him. But he's from a smaller school. He's from Marshall. And, some people might say, I don't really want my team picking a guy from a school like Marshall. I want like Ohio State, Michigan, Texas, Georgia, one of those big schools. Not Marshall, but I'm telling you, if your team picks Mike Green, you should be excited. He is a very exciting, dynamic player. He just is. And when I was watching his film, I just kept getting images in my head of Micah Parsons, and he just looks like Micah Parsons on tape. Super exciting player. And then I looked up their their measurables, the two of them. And what do you know? They're almost the exact same. We got Mike Green at 251 pounds, 6'3", 32-inch arm length, and 8.5 hand size. Micah Parsons, on the other hand, is a little bit smaller, 246 pounds, 6'3", 31.5-inch arm length. Really big hands, though. He has 11-inch hands. So he does have that over Mike Green. But wow, they are very similar players. And then you go and you look at the 2024 stats for Mike Green. He had 38 solo tackles, 17 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. So he is just, going hard. Every drive, that motor is just churning. He's ready to go. Um, he, he powers through the line from wherever he's from, and he's just an exciting guy to watch. Quarterbacks fear him. He gets into that pocket almost immediately and causes a ruckus. And his PFF metrics show that. He has a pass rush grade of 91.4. He doesn't get much better than that. His run defense grade, 90.2. Pass rush win rate, 20.2%. He's winning every 1 in 5 rushes. He is beating that edge or that offensive tackle, no problemo. Run stop rate, 9.4%. Another just insane stat. And a lot of these, I'll have the film here. You'll be able to see it over the top of the video. It's just him tackling an open field. He's a very good tackler in the run game. And then he is also very good in the pass rush game as well. He's got some tackles for losses as well in the run game. So very aggressive player who once he sees the ball and he goes to the ball. Now, Mike Green, we talked about it. He played for Marshall, and you know what? That's fine. There have been some great NFL players who went to Marshall, despite it not being one of those more sought after schools, if you will. Still a very good school, and we've had like Randy Moss went to Marshall, so don't get all caught up in where they ended up going. But if it does make you more comfortable, not that this is a huge jump, but he did start his career at the University of Virginia. Again, not a huge like power school, not like he started at Georgia or something like that. But he did play one season at the University of Virginia with pretty insignificant stats, and then he transferred to Marshall and played 2 seasons as a starter there. If there is something that causes Mike Green to fall, I think it will be this. And understandably so. Don't get me wrong. but he left the University of Virginia after being accused of sexual assault 2 times. He denies both of those accusations and he says he has, quote, done nothing wrong. And he claims he has never even been questioned by police. It has just been rumors and accusations this entire time. One of those accusations came up while he was at the University of Virginia, but it was from high school. And then another one was someone who accused him of doing it while he was at the University of Virginia in college. So one in high school, one allegation in college. So that could be an issue that some teams just choose to stay away from. They may say, "Hey, yeah, he has a ton of talent, but we don't want this to rear its ugly head at some point, and we just don't want to deal with it. We're going to take a different guy," and that is completely understandable because those issues are awful, and you never know what's going to come of them. Um, but that is probably his biggest drawback in terms of his draft stock. He lines up on both sides of the line. I think he primarily rushes from the right side. I don't have the numbers in front of me to like break it down, but I'm pretty sure just trying to remember off the top of my head when I watched the film, I'm pretty sure he lined up on the right side. In college, he played on the ball a lot. He would have been considered a defensive end. I wrote him as an edge because I don't think he's going to be a defensive end in the NFL. Um, he just doesn't have the size to be that initial engager with the right tackle at the NFL level. I mean, there were even times like in his college film where he's getting beat by these college right tackles. And again, he's not going up against like, Georgia, Michigan, like he's going up against like Virginia Tech, which again, you can have great players from those schools, but they're not going to usually be at a consistent basis the guys that he's going to be facing in the NFL. So hopefully, uh, if he's the second guy to kind of reach the line, he's able to be more of a disruptor. And I think that's where he will shine in the NFL. And a smart defensive coordinator would put him in that position. Um, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's not even a knock on him. That's just me pointing out like where I think he'll fit schematically. Like TJ Watt pretty much does the same thing. Sometimes he's the first guy to engage, but a lot of times he isn't. A lot of times there's a defensive end engaging, and then TJ Watt goes around that engagement between the right tackle and the defensive end, and he gets the sack himself. That's why it works so well for him. So he'll probably be facing tight ends more often in that scenario as well, which would help him get those sacks. And so I'm trying to help him be productive, not knocking him, just trying to help him be productive. He also started his career as a linebacker, so like he has experience there. Like, just it's not like I'm just putting him there for the sake of it. I just think that's where he would shine. Um, he is quick. He if tackles go wide, he will use his feet and he will jump that gap. He is very smart. He is very aware of offensive tackle play because he doesn't go up against guards and centers. He just doesn't. He's almost always going up and it on the outside. And he sees those feet, he sees them go wide, and he takes advantage of that. They play too tight, he goes wide before they can adjust. He's quick. Um, and because of that, he has those exceptional pass rush and run grades that we talked about. He's able to get around offensive linemen quickly, especially if you have an offensive lineman who isn't really that athletic, who isn't that quick, who's big and can get those blocks when they need to. But in terms of footwork, maybe they're not the best at that. And if they struggle against that, Mike Green is going to take advantage of that. He pursues the ball carrier. If it's a quarterback, they're going down in the pocket if that offensive tackle lets him by. He chases them, or they're going to have to throw away the ball. Running backs, he doesn't care. He'll chase them all the way down the field if he has to. He loves to tackle. He lives for it, and you can tell in the way he plays ball. He is just ferocious. He has this like I I wanted to think of a better way to describe it, but he almost looks like a toddler running. And that's the best way I've come to think. I mean, like sometimes when a toddler, like they're trying to run and they're trying to keep their balance, that's what he does. He's flailing his hands like a maniac. Like it, and he then, he gets that flail up, quarterback pulls back, a pump fake, he stops and throws his hands up. He's quick. He's got that quick reaction time. He's so good at that. His reaction time is such a big part of his game, and it allows him to make plays. He loves that cross chop move. And again, those hands are always moving. He's always, hitting down, hitting at the offensive tackle's hands when he's engaged with them. He just hands are always moving. It's hard to stop him. Mike Green is such a great player. He's so exciting, and I'm getting even more hyped up talking about him. Um, he's just someone that I would want on my team if we need a pass rusher. Um, and honestly, the Bengals, they haven't extended Trey Hendrickson yet. There's talks that it's going to happen, but if that doesn't happen, Mike Green is a guy who I would be okay with the Bengals taking in the first round if he's still there at pick 17. Now, obviously, I still think the Bengals need that defensive interior presence, but if Mike Green is the best player available at 17, I would feel very comfortable with the Bengals taking him. And I think a lot of teams should feel comfortable with their team taking him because he's young, but you know what? He's athletic. He's quick. He's not big, but he's athletic. And there's a lot of teams that, they will draft the big defensive end or the big edge rusher over the athletic edge rusher, and it comes back to bite them. I would much rather the team draft the athletic guy, put him on that off ball position, let him just rush, let him play his game, let him be the type of player he is. And I think it will work out well. Let me know what you think about Mike Green down below. Very exciting player. And stay tuned because we are going to also be talking about another player that I've been wanting to film a video for a while. Uh, Jaden Higgins. So that'll be coming soon as well if it is not up already. But until next time, go do something nice for someone.